Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this is Peru from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Peru. Freemasonry was first introduced into Peru about the year 1807 during the French invasion, and several lodges worked until the resumption of the Spanish authority and the Papal influence in 1813, when their existence terminated. In 1825, when the independence of the Republic, declared some years before, was completely achieved, several Scottish Rite Lodges were established, first at Lima and then at other points, by the Grand Orient of Colombia. A Supreme Council of the Ancient and Accepted Rite was instituted in 1830. In 1831, an independent Grand Lodge, afterwards styled the Grand Orient of Peru, was organized by the symbolic lodges in the Republic. Political agitations have, from time to time, occasioned a cessation of Masonic labor, but both the Supreme Council and the Grand Orient are now in successful operation. The Royal Arch degree was introduced in 1852 by the establishment of a Royal Arch chapter at Callao, under a warrant granted by the Supreme Chapter of Scotland. A Republic of South America. There is an old belief that the French brought Freemasonry into Peru in 1807, and that the work of the various lodges then formed was ended in 1813 by the Church. This, however, is little more than a tradition. The Republic was declared independent in 1820. In 1825, a visit was paid by General Valero, representing the Grand Orient of Colombia, at Santa Fe de Bogotá to legalize the lodges and chapters already working there, the first of which, at Lima, had begun work in 1821. In 1830, a Supreme Council of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite was established at Lima by José Maria Monson, a Roman Catholic chaplain. A Grand Lodge with Thomas Ripley Eldridge as Grand Master was soon opened. A constitution was adopted on August 11, 1831, and the name changed to Grand Orient of Peru. Work was interrupted by political troubles, but on November 1, 1848, the craft had so increased in strength that the Grand Orient was re-established. A Grand National Orient of Peru was organized on July 13, 1852. In 1857, three lodges, Concordia Universal, Estrella Polar, and Virtud y Unidad, withdrew, and with others formed a Grand Lodge at Lima on November 20, 1859. Again, in 1860, there was trouble with the Supreme Council, and several more seceded, joined the Grand Lodge, and formed a Grand Orient and a Supreme Council by authority of the Grand Orient of Colombia. In 1863, however, this grand body disappeared. The Supreme Council then revived the Grand Orient in 1875 and again in 1881. At that time, 5 lodges withdrew from the Supreme Council and finally established at Lima the Grand Lodge of Peru in March 1882. The Grand Lodge of Scotland has 2 lodges at Callao, 2 at Lima, and 1 at Cerro de Pasco. The Grand Orient of Italy is also represented at Lima by the Stella d'Italia Lodge, Italian Star. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment, and if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.